Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to just talk about the kind of a product comparison between the Liquitex Basics, which is what I'm always using. I'm typically using just only the primary colors, so your yellow, blue, and your red in primary colors. That's what I use in my tutorials. But I do recommend to grab more colors if you want to. So it's your choice, but you can make most colors with the primary colors. But what I'm doing today is just comparing the Liquitex Basics, which is, again, what I use mostly, with the Liquitex Professional Heavy Body Acrylic. So these are more of a medium bodied acrylic. These are more heavy bodied. This is the exact same color. So we're just going to look at the difference in the quality and how it's going to play out on when you're looking at it. So this is the Liquitex Basics here, and we're just looking at the phthalo green. So you can kind of see how it spreads on with my palette knife, so you can just see the texture of it, the bright, like the color, all that. And then this is your heavy body, so you can automatically see how much thicker the heavy bodied is. It's going to go a lot farther. So what a lot of times when people are starting out purchasing materials, they want to just get the cheapest craft paint, the like $2 craft paint, Craft Smart kind of stuff. But really, in the long haul, it's going to end up not being as cost effective. I always say it's cheaper to just get the better quality because it will last longer. The Liquitex Basics is a good middle of the run product. Like, it's not way too expensive, and it's going to go pretty far. The pigment's really, really good. So you're going to see the difference here. And when you add some white to it, I'm just going to show how we add the white. I'm just going to take any old brush here, add some white. This is the heavy bodied. Okay, the pigment is like crazy, very bright, very, very rich pigment, and I'm barely using any paint. And the Liquitex Basics, I'm gonna add just a touch of white to that too. It's just a little more like watery, so it's not going to be as thick, and it's going to be a lot harder to build your texture. So, which is fine. This will work totally fine for a beginner messing around, not really worried about the texture too much. But if you want like a more rich texture, you could see the difference in the heavy bodied paint. It literally it's like very thick. It's going to go longer. So when you mix these colors into your white, you don't really need to use as much to get more results. You could always just add a medium to it to thin it out too. So a lot of times you can use a gel medium or something like that, which will make it flow better without losing its binding ability. So if you don't want to use water, which you could do too, it's the cheaper way to go, and it will work. But if you want to maintain the sort of the integrity of the paint and have it be a little bit more long lasting, you could use an acrylic medium. But that's the basic difference between these two. This one's like it just has this more watered down vibe to it. This one's a lot thicker. So maybe you like this more watered down. And honestly, I do. Like, I like working with this a little bit better. It's a little easier to work with because it's more fluid. So if you're gonna switch to the heavy bodied, I like it though for certain things, like especially painting on paper, because it's not going to buckle your paper as much, and you can build your texture a lot easier with the heavy bodied acrylic. So it's just, it depends on what you're using it for. That's just a visual comparison of the exact same shade with your Liquitex Basics versus the Professional Heavy Bodied. Hopefully that was helpful if you're curious about, maybe should I get these professional paints? Like, is it worth the investment? Again, this is going to go longer. Like, you don't need to use as much, and you can add more water to it to get it to this level. So it probably will last longer, even though it's smaller. But you may not want to mess with that, and you may be totally fine just with this type of quality paint.